Hello, and good afternoon from Bảo Lộc, where I just arrived after a 5.5-hour ride from Ho Chi Minh City. The weather already started to get very wet as soon as I entered the mountainous region of the Po Son area in the Duc Linh district and continued with heavy persisting rain until I exited from the hilly area in Dai Lao, which is about 12 kilometers ahead of Bảo Lộc city, and that is where I am now. For now the rain has stopped and I am taking the opportunity to have my early dinner here at the Cam Ga Nu Y restaurant, and indulging myself into a big plate of yummy fried chicken with rice. Nevertheless, as I continued my dinner, the rain started again to pour down and giving me an early feeling of what is still to come during my stay here in Bảo Lộc. And as predicted, the new day is starting, of course, with a lot of rain, and so my exploring of the city is limited to the walkable areas, which is of course not that far from my hotel. During a brief rain break I used the opportunity to hop into the nearby coffee shop called Orico Coffee and Roasters, which is serving excellent coffee made by the capable hands of the professional barista currently on duty. Of course, only a short while passed and the rain is pouring down again, and so I decided that this is the best time to let you see my room at the Binh Bong Hotel, where I am comfortably lodging during my stay here in the city of Bảo Lộc. And finally, today the sky cleared up a bit and giving me the opportunity to see the beautiful landscape surrounding the city of Bảo Lộc. But shortly thereafter, as you can see, the rain is settling in again and I am back to my food tasting adventure, which seems to be the only activity possible during this weather. And so this time I tried the noodle soup at the Mi Tao Ong Pa restaurant, which is very delicious for my taste. Luckily now in the afternoon the rain stopped and giving me a chance to restart my motorbike. But unfortunately the battery died down and I was only able to bring the motorbike alive by using the Kickstarter, which fortunately worked by my first try, giving me the assurance that the bike is still drivable, and so I searched for the next nearby motorbike garage, which was none less than Tom's Motorcycles shop, which is located about 800 meters from the Binh Bong Hotel where I am staying. I have to admit without shyness that Tom's motorbike repair shop is by far one of the best shops I could possibly find between the two destinations of Ho Chi Minh City and Đắk Lắk. Not only is the repair shop conveniently located right here next to the highway number QL20, but you can also drop by with your bike at any given time with any kind of problems. Even if you just wanted to have it checked before you continuing further up into the hills, Tom the owner is the right person to assist you, as he is also a passionate mechanic himself, and also the man to talk to in English and in Vietnamese, and giving you the professional help you deserve out here in the highlands of Vietnam. He and his crew of mechanics, electricians, and bike painters can solve almost any problems you can imagine on a motorbike, and since he is also part of a racing team he really knows what he is talking about. And good morning again. I took the opportunity waking up early and taking advantage of the dry weather condition to leave Bảo Lộc and to start my journey onto my next destination, which is the city of Buon Ma Thuot, and also the capital of the Đắk Lắk province in the central highlands here in Vietnam.
Not really the best weather to start the journey, but let's see how it goes. Should be a nice ride.
Today's ride will take me close to the Chu Yang Sin National Park, which is located in the Lắk district and in the Krong Bong districts of the Đắk Lắk province. And it is an area that encompasses a range of high mountain peaks in the northern part of the southern Annamite mountain cluster, which is characterized by steep slopes and narrow valleys. The Chuyang Sin Cordillera consists of many mountain peaks, of which the Chuyang Sin mountain top is the highest one in the Đắk Lắk province and topping out at around 2,442 meters above sea level, and is surrounded by a highly tropical climate with a varieties of forests with diversified flora and fauna, which makes this area an evergreen paradise. Later on I will also pass the Lắk Lake, which is surrounded by a picturesque and tranquil oasis reflecting the azure-colored sky amidst rolling hills, and that is filled with the Nong people's vibrant culture and traditions. The Lắk Lake, which is located next to the city of Linh Son, is also the largest freshwater lake in the Central Highlands, and as well as the second largest natural freshwater lake here in Vietnam. And right on the city hill, which is overlooking the lake, there is the palace of Bảo Đại, who was the last emperor of the Nguyen dynasty. The former palace building is called D Tich Din Bảo Đại Ben Ho Lak, and is a three-story house built in a modern architectural style, which as of today is also housing the local museum.
That's an interesting bridge.
I am now in the district of Bảo Lam, and here the main economic activity is planting of cash crops, like tea, coffee and peppercorn, as well as some forestry products. I am just passing the Heap Fat Church, which is built just below the Dak Long Thuong Bảo Lộc Dam and is one of the two large dams here in the Loc Nai commune that is surrounded by coffee bean farms. And by now I already entered the Đắk Lắk province, which is the central mountain province here in the central Highlands region, and it is bordering with Gia Lai to the north, Puyen and Con Hoa to the east, Lam Dong and Dak Nong to the south, and Mondulkiri, which is already in Cambodia, to the west. The province of Đắk Lắk is home to quite a few indigenous ethnic minorities, such as the Raid, the Jarai, and the Nong people, among others. The history of this province is also very interesting, as the area which is now known as Đắk Lắk was originally controlled by the Kingdom of Champa. And when the Champa was conquered and annexed by Vietnam in the 15th century, Đắk Lắk was brought under loose Vietnamese rule. But later, in the year of 1540, a nobleman with the name Bui Ta Han was appointed by the Vietnamese authorities to direct the settlement of the area by the ethnic Vietnamese, and bringing the highlands under more effective Vietnamese control. Then later, some military outposts were established in the area to guard against any possible aggression from the west, and when Vietnam was occupied by the French, the French established a large number of plantations in this area, although the resistance to the French rule was very strong here in the Đắk Lắk province, with various minority tribes leading a number of significant rebellions, with the most notable rebellion which was the 23-year campaign led by a man called Trang Long, who was a Nong tribal leader here in this region. Later, the Đắk Lắk province became part of the southern Vietnamese rule, and saw considerable action during the Vietnam War, with more than 6,000 people who suffered from the use of the chemical called Agent Orange, which was widely sprayed over the area here by U.S. forces during the war, of which some 2,800 people being directly affected by the exposure to the chemical or through foodstuffs which was sprayed on, while more than 3,000 children whose parents were exposed, were born with deformities, and more than 1,000 people died in this area from the causes related to the chemical defoliant used by the U.S. forces, according to official reports. And as I am now ahead of Buon Ma Thuot city, which is my final destination for today, it is noteworthy to mention that not only is it the capital city of Đắk Lắk province, but it also aspires to become one of the global center for coffee, as the city's unique cultural heritage is not only combined with its superior coffee production, but it also plays a key role in its position in the international coffee industry, and therefore the city is aiming to elevate its status and recognition on the coffee-producing world stage. Although coffee was introduced to Vietnam as early as the 1870s, the widespread cultivation of coffee in the Đắk Lắk province only began in the 1930s by the French, who recognized that its basalt-rich soil is proving to be particularly suitable for the coffee cultivation. Furthermore, the Đắk Lắk province is also recognized as having the highest coffee yield in the world, which is significantly contributing to Vietnam's position as the second largest coffee exporter globally, with the Robusta coffee ranking first in position. Even though almost every district in Đắk Lắk grows coffee, but nevertheless, the Buon Ma Thuot coffee is considered the highest quality with a distinctive flavors, and is therefore earning the city the title of being the coffee capital, and so it is no surprise that the city of Buon Ma Thuot is aspiring to become one of the global center for coffee. And on this final and special coffee note, and me also approaching the hotel shortly, I will end my video of today here. Thanks a lot for watching, and I am looking forward to see you back in my next part, when I will explore the city of Buon Ma Thuot here in the province of Đắk Lắk. So don't miss it, and cheers to all of you, and I am looking forward to meeting you again in my next upcoming episode, which will be the 3rd episode of this 9th season.
Hello. Sorry. Hardware. This. Okay, wait. I put the back.